Okay, hello, we're live, and I'm feeling very frisky tonight. My daughter Lily, who I mentioned in my other live one, and I are heading to pick up my granddaughter, Lily's daughter. We'll give her some credit. And I thought we'd talk a little bit about our Lily's business. I'll be honest with you. She does everything. I'm just trying to help her raise some funds so that she and her fiance and I don't take 20 years to buy the land, at which time, because I'm 73, I'll be dead. And we can get started with this sooner. Okay? Now, why should you help us with donations? We're going to have raffles. We're going to have other ways of raising money. But for right now, we're just going to start trying to get some donations, get some money in the coffers. We need $10,000 to finish paying off the land before we can really do anything on the land. Okay? And so I'm going to let Lily explain what will be the advantages for the world once the land is starting to get developed. So take it away, Lily.
I don't know. I feel put on the spot, but I guess
Good.
I don't know.
Tell about YNA, the concept, well, how long you've been at it.
I guess technically YNA has been around since like December 2018. I want to say, but we've went through a lot of changes since then. A lot of setbacks, which is par for the course when starting a business. It's natural. YNA stands for You're Never Alone, which is kind of a promise to artists and fans alike to always support them and guide them through tough times.
Why did you form YNA? Why did you think this was necessary?
Honestly, because I feel like there's too much bigotry in the entertainment industry, and I feel like there's not enough open-mindedness. And if you see something broken and you have the ability to try and fix it or help it progress, why wouldn't you?
Okay, well, that sounds good. What were some of the failures along the way that cost a considerable amount of money that you had mainly worked for and saved and scrimped, that put us in a position where we need help? And how are we going to fix those problems so they don't crop up again?
We had a girl group that was scheduled to debut. I'm going to say in about, I want to say 2020 or 2021 summer. And I, at the time, didn't feel that a super airtight contract was needed because I choose to see the best in people. And we probably spent about $15K on just building up content and getting in the studio and laying some tracks and stuff. And all of the members eventually bailed. And because the contract wasn't as tight as it is today, I didn't really have any action I could take. So that was a big blow. I mean, not only financially, but also emotionally, because I emotionally invest so much in the artists. I start to view them as kind of like my mentees, people that I can guide and have a friendly dynamic with, and emotional rapport, and just a relationship with.
Yes, we did. David Merrick.
Sorry, he's ordering.
Thank you. Yeah.
So that was a big blow, and it took me. I mean, honestly, if I'm being honest, I'm not fully over it because it just felt like a huge, not only business betrayal but personal betrayal. After all the time I'd spent with them.
Also, at this same moment in time, she found out she was pregnant.
No, I had already had Jessica. It was when I
Okay.
found out I had multiple sclerosis.
Yeah, you found out you had multiple sclerosis.
Yeah, and so while I was in the hospital being diagnosed, the members withdrew from the company, and
So now the contracts are tighter, but the bank account's empty.
yeah,
Okay, and right around that time, I spotted some land in South Central Oregon, 2.3 acres.
yeah,
Okay, 2.3 acres, mainly of sand, but there's some sagebrush on it too. Don't get me wrong; it's not devoid of growth. And it was $100 down and $100 a month for 20 years. And we really needed a carrot at that moment. And I explained to Lily that 20 years from now, $100 a month is probably going to be minimum wage for an hour's work. So as time goes on with this, the $100 will become less and less expensive out of our income. So it was smart. We bought the land, or we signed the contract for it. And we've been making payments for 5 years now, and we own a little piece of it. You know, a few grains of sand are ours. The rest went to interest on the 20-year loan. But it's a good interest rate, so I'm not complaining about that. And so our intent is to purchase the land, pay for the land, and then build a studio, a recording studio, and a dance studio, and some dormitory type bungalows that can be used for Airbnb when artists are not in them, and eventually develop the land as a home for the family, and chickens and ducks and geese better scurry, you know, that sort of stuff. But Lily is she's a good singer, okay? She's working with her dancing and has improved a lot, and also she's a really, really good recording engineer. I think she could make a living doing just that, but she doesn't want to make a living doing just that. She wants all this. So we're 100% behind her. And why don't you tell about what the property would look like when it's in its fullest glory?
in its fullest glory.
Yeah. Where would $100,000 be spent?
Okay.
Besides septic and well and the one building. Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, obviously you have the things like the septic, the well, sustainable power. So as much as we can do. So definitely solar, probably hydro, probably even wind if we can manage to get
Sure.
our hands on a reasonably sized.
I know how to do all that stuff, by the way.
But you know, the idea is to be off grid and to have as little carbon footprint as possible, given the scope. But ideally, we'd have dorms for artists. I would love to have a filming warehouse, so that we don't have to worry about going to different locations and shooting, that we can put up sets and stuff and break them down. Storage for that, obviously. obviously a place for me to live, because as I get older and my disease progresses, a commute is going to be less and less ideal. And space for Dave and Ray on the property that can do whatever they want.
Ray's my fiance in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
We just celebrated our 9 years of being in a relationship, and it's been 5 years since we've been engaged. But I'm not leaving until our 2-bedroom condo is finished over there, which should be in a year, 1 more year, and all paid for, so I'll live for free, which will help Lily with investing in the business some more, because I get Social Security. And Ray has a college degree in child psychology, so she'll be an asset on that end too. And I think that the key thing with it is, one of the things that the concept I came up with is we are going to bury 2 8 by 40 foot by 8.5 foot tall containers at the same depth, exactly parallel, and with 16 to 18 feet between them. And then stack 2 more containers directly on top of those 2. Now, if you sink them 5 feet in the ground, you draw 55 degrees from the earth at that level permanently, 24/7, 365. It's 55 degrees down there. And we will be able to, because they're sitting 5 feet in the ground, they extend 3.5 feet above the ground. And if we put another 8.5 foot tall container on top of that, that's 12 feet of height. And then span between the 2 containers, and we have a 16 or 18 by 40 foot surface area for whatever we want to use it for, as far as studios go, or whatever. We can convert the inside of one or both of the containers, both levels, to living quarters, and pump the 55 degree air into the upper area, which will be a lot less expensive to heat in the winter because it's 55 degrees, not 0 like it is in Southern Oregon sometimes, and a lot cheaper to cool in the summer because it's 55 degrees, not 90 or 100 degrees like it is in South Central Oregon in the summer. And we can just pump this cooler air up into the upper level, and the air in the lower levels of the 2 containers will replace it. So we're going to use hydro. We'll have a pond to collect water and let it run down, and then pump it back up with wind at night so it can run down during the day, or vice versa, whatever we need it to supplement solar and wind. There is electric at the street. We'll probably have some sort of satellite for our internet, and we're excited about the plan. But I think the key thing is that this is something that's been a dream of Lily's since she was in her teens. And by God, she's worked her ass off in spite of the multiple sclerosis. She's on 15 medications a day. She takes them religiously, even though she's not real religious. Every day, she never misses. She and her fiance Tyler, who is the baby daddy of Princess Jessica, and you've seen her on my channel if you followed, or if you haven't followed, start following, will you? And we're really excited to do this. We know it's going to take a while. If you scout around the descriptions of a lot of the videos, they give you links to our Pokemon card empire. We're buying Pokemon cards, getting them graded, and we're going to sell them We're going to use them, save them as they increase in value over the next few years. We're not going to grow attached to them. They are to fund this program, in addition to whatever fundraising we do with you lovely people. And, this channel is monetized. And whatever money I make from this channel goes into the development of the YNA campus in Oregon. And anything else you really want to ask? No, you'd rather eat your nachos and cheese. Okay, well, this is Dave and
Lily.
I love my kid. Signing out. Thank you very much for your interest. I have no idea who's watched this or how many have, but God bless you all. I'm sort of religious, so. But thank you so much, and I'll be talking to you tomorrow. And I'll send you more links to our sites and the fundraising site. It's been up a few days, and we don't have any money in it. And they suggest 20. Man, just give me 3. Everybody gives me $2 or $3. Come on. There were 200 people who watched my last live stream. If every one of those people gave $1, I'll be back on tomorrow telling you how happy I am. So $1, $2, $3, it'd be wonderful, okay? Thank you so much. And if you can't give it, share the channel, okay? Like, share, subscribe, comment. You realize that even a nasty comment, even if you want to say something mean about how I look, I'm not pretty, okay? If you want to say something mean, or how stupid I am to have a fiance in the Dominican Republic, say it, because it helps the algorithm. Any comment, good or bad, helps the algorithm. Didn't know whether you knew that, but so if you want to be mean, don't be mean to my daughter. Don't be mean to the kid. She's really, really nice. But I deserve whatever you want to love with. Okay?
I'm not attached if you're mean to me.
Okay, be mean to her.
It's fine.
She's no, I won't say it. Love y'all. Bye-bye.